Junaid Qureshi, you've been, representing the voice of Kashmiris, or the voice of sanity in many ways, at the platforms as important as the UN Human Rights Council as well. You've been speaking the truth very vociferously, very openly. But I want to come to you on delimitation and also what do you expect from the new government here? In the last few months, we've seen a very, very hard approach towards radical separatists and other radicals also, not just the frontline separatists. Do you feel there would be a change, or do you feel that while, simultaneously there are anti-terror operations underway, there needs to be focus on development, jobs and other aspects as well?
Thank you, Aditya. Yes, I agree with you. And I also agree with Mr. Khoda saying that these anti-terrorist operations are not going to solve the issues at the ground. Because you have new recruits, you have infiltration going on. Development is very, very important at the same time in order to de-radicalize youngsters, especially in South Kashmir. What I've seen is that I do believe that the people of Jammu and Kashmir, especially in the Kashmir Valley, haven't you noticed that they have become a bit fatigued? Burhan Wani was killed and we had a hartal and a strike and for 6 months. Zakir Musa was killed and in 2, 3, 4 days it all died down. Let's not forget that the common Kashmiris, the likes of you and me, are equally victims of these people, just like the people in Mumbai have been, or the people in Uri have been. Common Kashmiris are not terrorists. Common Kashmiris do not support whatever violence is going on. They are themselves victims of this. What you also saw, I'm not going to go into whether it's good or bad, but the Jamaat Islami was banned, JKLF was banned, and what happened? In the 90s there were talks of banning these organizations, and Delhi was always like, if we do that, a volcano will erupt. Well, I didn't see that volcano recently. So these measures are good and they need to be taken because the people of Kashmir are fatigued. At the same time, there needs to be development and avenues for the youth as well. The long-standing question, and it's maybe a very trivial issue, but why isn't there a cinema operating in Srinagar? The militants have threatened it, so you're going to take their threats? Why aren't there cinemas in Jammu and Kashmir? What does a youngster of 20 years old in the evening, what does he do? Where does he go? Where does he have something to do? Which park do we have? Which cinema do we have? Which bowling alley do we have? Where do we have youngsters coming together and being youngsters? Yeah, if you don't have that, of course they're going to gather in mosques. People are going to take advantage of their youth, of their innocence. That is going to happen. So a hard approach is good, but the hard approach should be on those people who have fomented violence and not on everyone in Kashmir. For the majority of the Kashmiris, there needs to be a very soft approach coupled with development, new avenues and opportunities. As far as the delimitation goes, I do think there is some merit in saying that this issue should be handled by an elected government, by a government which has the mandate of the people. At the same time, if there are people in Srinagar who oppose delimitation, what we need to be very careful about and clear about, on what basis do we oppose it? Do we oppose it because we don't agree with the delimitation process, that it's done on either area or population, or do we disagree because we don't want even the possibility of having someone from Jammu, possibly a Muslim or a Hindu or a Dogra, becoming the chief minister? If that is the reason, then that's a communal stand. If there are strategic reasons not to do it because we don't agree with the process, there is no popular government in place, then I do get the point. But just the reason that we don't want a Hindu chief minister, I don't think that that has any merit, because Jammu and Kashmir does belong equally to the Hindus of J&K as it does to the Muslims.
Fair enough.